Hello everyone and welcome to From the Heart Friday with me, Jessica Brigden of JessBCreativeCardiology. Hello, so glad you're here. Thanks for joining me. It's been quite a month and we are finally to my Fun Fold Workshop of the Month project today. We are doing an ultra special card. It is the Pop and Twist technique. So cool. So I'm going to show you how to take an ordinary card. Today we'll be using Stampin' Up's Storybook Friends collection because those papers are just so cute. Perfect for spring, and it is officially spring now. So we're going to take an ordinary card and we are going to add a pop and twist element to it to take it to the next level. Now, this can be a little bit tricky, so I have some hints to share with you, and I hope you'll find them helpful. We're gonna go through it step by step, all right? But we will build our traditional card first, and then we'll jazz it up. We'll make it the pop and twist. Okay, so like I said, we are going to be using Stampin' Up's Storybook Friends collection. Super cute, kind of along the theme of Beatrix Potter, with the cute little bunnies and squirrels and a little hedgehog in there. And if you had placed a qualifying order with me during the month of February, then you will have received one of these workshop packets for free. All right, if you'd like to get your own workshop packet for April, then place an order of $50 or more with me here during the month of March. Next month, we will be doing a fun slide and lock technique with the Thankful Garden collection. It's super cute. You're gonna love it. So let me flip the camera. We'll go ahead and we'll get started, okay? All right, quick flip around. Now I do have a new host code. We have just about 1 month left of the Stampin' Up host code, and then they are converting to a new rewards program. But for today, and if you would like to order your Stampin' Up supplies through me here for the month of March, my new host code is KHAMJWS7, and you put that in your shopping cart in the online store. It associates your order with me as your Stampin' Up demonstrator and qualifies you to receive my project tutorials, my Fun Fold Workshop of the Month, and if your order is $75 or more, I'll also include a free embellishment. All right, so super cool. All right, let me get the lights situated here. Okay, and turn this one on. All right, let there be light. Okay, so I think we have got this ready to go. Now, this is the super cute card we are going to make. Now, I did use various patterns from the Storybook Friends paper pack. All right, so if you received one of my workshop packets, you might not have the squirrel. I'm sorry, there were only 2 sheets of that pattern per paper pack. So you may have received a fun garden pattern instead with some different colorations. Okay, but the concept is going to be the same, but we are going to make the super cute card. And then we are going to, watch this, pop and twist. Isn't that cool? Watch again. It's so fun. And it's a great way to showcase different designer papers. And for the Storybook Friends, we've got the cutest little garden critters. So you're really gonna love that. All right, so to start with, we're going to make our traditional card. Okay, so this is the easy part. I got a lot of little pieces here in my workshop envelope. But to start with, I am using Mossy Meadow, excuse me. It's very similar to our old Mellow Moss. A Mossy Meadow here, and our card base is 4 1/4 by 11. So it is a half sheet of cardstock, but I did, hi Luann, hello. But I did cut it here 4 1/4 by 11. All right, so I've already pre-scored these, so go ahead and fold that at the 5 1/2 inch mark, and you have your card base. All right, and then just for ease of cutting down our pieces, we're going to insert a layer of basic white on the inside. All right, this is 4 by 5 1/4. So we'll go ahead and tuck this inside, make sure our card opens the proper way. All right, we don't want to make an upside down card. We got pop and twist, that's gonna be enough. All right, so go ahead, put your basic white panel inside. Luann is prepping some dinner. Ooh, that sounds yummy. All right, it's a cool day. We had some nice springy temperatures that were a bit of a tease, and today we were back down in the 20s, and it's cold. But at least we have sunshine. That makes all the difference. All right, now from the Storybook Moments paper pack, there are some cute little patterns that are already pre-sized at 3 by 4, and you just cut them apart. So that is what I did here. But if you are working from scratch, working with whatever paper patterns you have, again, you'll want 2 panels that are 3 inches by 4, just 2 coordinating patterns. All right, you can use either side, and we are going to stagger these on our card front. All right, so the first one I am going to put up here in the top left, all right, about a 1/2 inch from the side and the fold. All right, and then we'll take our pretty little spring squirrel amongst the daffodils. All right, and we're going to place this in the lower right, okay, the opposite corner here. Again, about a 1/2 inch from the side and the bottom. Okay, so like I said, ultra simple, super cute. This would be an adorable card just like this on its own. I have pre-die cut some little labels. Excuse me, still have a little bit of a frog in my throat. I love this mixed labels stamp set. Not only are the sentiments beautiful, but we have some just awesome little dies. All right, we've got a set of stitch dies, and for this project I am using the small and the large. We do have this pretty little die cut leaf in here. So you'll see we'll be using some of these different elements, and this is the bundle, the mixed labels, is where I got those from. Okay, so I've got, to start with, for the front, we've got one of the smaller stitched. Isn't that cute? It's got a little stitching detail right along the front. All right, I do have a little leaf that I had die cut from the Mossy Meadow, and I did pre-tie some little bows with a linen thread. So I'm not going to go into how to do that today. I do have other video tutorials for bow tying, but today we're going to just go with the pre-tied one. Okay. All right, so we need some Mossy Meadow ink. All right, so I've got my ink pad, and for this card, I'm actually going to use the sentiment from the Storybook Friends collection, just this little hello friend. You could even do happy spring. Any of these would be super cute. I'm going to do hello friend. Okay. And let's see, there it is. Now I have used this stamp set a ton. I originally was like, oh, I don't need these little critters. I don't have little ones. I don't need Beatrix Potter. But I went ahead and got the paper pack to start with. And oh my goodness, the little die cuts in that pack are so addictive. I ended up getting the bundle here, the stamp set and the coordinating dies, because the frames that come in this set are amazing. And then of course you have dies for all of the little rabbits and the squirrels. It's amazing. I designed a whole class with it, and I got so carried away that the class kit actually included 13 cards. Now I do have a couple of those project kit left, and they come in these, I found these adorable little Beatrix Potter gift bags that are perfectly sized to hold all 13 cards. Oh my goodness. All right, I'll have to do just a little quick, let me get my ink out of the way. I gotta do a quick rundown to show you these super cute cards. They include several simple fun folds, but each one is different. They're all adorable. And I have a tutorial for all of them, for all 13 cards, plus some additional. So my tutorial, I believe, actually has 16 tutorials, including the pop and twist card tutorial as well. So if you're interested in that, I will put a link in the video description, but feel free to reach out to me. I do have, the kits are, full kit to complete all 13 projects is $49 plus shipping, okay? And then the tutorial is $15. All right, so if you're interested in either of those, please let me know. Again, I'll put the link in the video, or the link in the video description. But just wanted to let you know, since we are working with the Storybook Moments today. Okay, so we've got our sentiment stamped here on our label. Now I'm putting one dimensional on. I'm going to adhere my little leaf. Now I'm putting my glue dot on the front of the leaf, and that way I can attach it here to the back of my sentiment label. I'm just gonna put it right up here in the corner, and then I can go ahead and secure it even further with a dimensional, okay? All right, so you are welcome to put this anywhere, but I didn't want to cover up my little squirrel, so I put it down here towards the left, okay? And then we'll take a second glue dot. Again, do not pick the boogies, okay? Place your bow, place your knot on the dot, okay? And then you can even use take your pick tool or your snips, or if you are good at prying these off with your fingernails, go ahead. But take that and place that right there at the base of the leaf. All right, right here on your card. So we've got our cute little bow with our stitched label, our leaf. All right, and I'm going to use some of these beautiful antique pearls. They've got quite a nice little shimmer to them. All right, and we're going to use a couple of these here on our project. So they come in they come in 3 sizes, but I'm just going to use a couple of them here and place these around on my card. Right over here, so rule of thirds, okay? All right, so this is our super cute Storybook Friends squirrel card. Just an ordinary card, all right? Adorable, but ordinary. Now, let's step it up, all right? So you're welcome. If you got this far, you've got an adorable card. Now, from here on, we are going to do the pop and twist. Woo-hoo. Okay, for this, you do need a few extra elements. You need some more coordinating cardstock. Okay. Now, the 2 pieces that you need to create your pop and twist. All right, the first one is this panel. All right, it is 3 inches. All right, I've got it marked on this one. 3 inches by 8 inches. Okay, so 3 by 8. You are going to score it down the middle. All right, get your cutting blade out of the way. Make sure you got your scoring blade. So we're at 3 by 8. We are going to come in here at 1.5 on the short side. All right, on the 3-inch side, we're going to come at 1.5, and we are going to score the entire length. Okay, the entire 8 inches. All right, so that's our first line, is 1.5 down the center. Now we're going to rotate that 90 degrees. Okay, and we are going to put it on the long side here. We are going to score at 2.5. 2.5, and then we are going to slide it over to 5.5. So 2.5 and 5.5. Okay, simple enough. You still with me? Okay, now for ease of folding, we are going to add 2 additional score lines down the center. So from the 2.5-inch score line to the 5.5-inch score line. All right, we are going to place this in our trimmer at an angle. All right, so that we can go from top corner to opposite corner. All right, so from 2.5 to 5.5. All right, just like that. All right, now you're going to turn it and you're going to do the opposite. Okay, you're going to crisscross it here. Again, from 2.5 down to 5.5. Hi, Kat. That's okay. We are just starting the pop and twist element. We made this super adorable Storybook Moments card with a little squirrel, okay? And now we are going to add a pop and twist element to the inside. So you can take your ordinary card, pop and twist it, make it extraordinary. So the part that we are working on right now is the pop mechanism, the pop and twist mechanism. So again, this is 3 inches by 8, scored lengthwise here at 1.5. All right, that's exactly in half. Okay. And then, well, I'm glad if 10 are watching. Hello, hello, thank you. And don't forget, Kat reminded everybody, please give me that thumbs up, okay? Give me a like. And don't forget to share too. And subscribe if you haven't already. Okay, so then on the 8-inch side, we scored at 2.5 and 5.5. And then we did a crisscross from the middle, from the 2.5 to the 5.5. All right, and then from the 2.5 to the 5.5. All right, that's all we need for this pop and twist mechanism. Okay, so I have it written out: 3 inches, 8 inches, 2.5, 5.5, 1.5 across the middle. Okay. All right, now I was teaching this with my creative cardiology team. We were doing a Zoom last night. And this card, I realize, is a little bit difficult to teach virtually because I cannot reach through the screen and hold your paper at the right place. So I've got a marker out here. If you've got a pen, whatever, something that shows up a little darker that you can see it. I'm gonna draw some lines on here that I hope helps. Okay. So what we are going to do first. Okay, all right, let's hold it up, hold it like this. So hold it so the 8-inch side is going up straight in front of you, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is score. All right, we scored that 1.5. You're gonna fold that 1.5. Okay, just go ahead and score that 1.5. Okay, and then, all right, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna take from the bottom here on that 1.5, we're gonna score all the way up to the center point, okay? And then the lines we want to fold, all right, we want to fold also, we're making like an arrow, okay? So we're gonna fold on this one edge of the triangle and on this one over here. Okay, so on the left and right. So you see I've got an arrow pointing up. Okay, so go ahead, use your marker. Nobody is going to see this. Even when you finish your card, this is gonna be on the inside guts, okay? So nobody's gonna see this part if you draw on it. Okay, so the reason why I did that is because on this end here, when we fold, but we're going to so we're gonna valley fold the 1.5-inch mark, but these edges of the triangle, we are going to mountain fold, okay? So you're going to mountain fold those. Okay, so valley goes down, mountain goes up. All right, so this is our arrow. So we valley folded up to the middle point, and then we mountain folded the edges of those triangles. And when you pull that together, you see how it's already starting to take shape. If you then turn it on its side, you've got what looks like the little top of a house, okay? All right, now let's do the opposite end. We're gonna do that same thing. we are going to come up the 1.5 inch mark, right up all the way into the center point. Okay, so you can even draw a circle here. That's the center point. That's going to be the top of our house. And if you're wondering why I keep saying that, well, let me see. I have another piece here. What's going to happen is it's going to fold up and look like this. So you've got top of a house. This is your roof. And then you've got two legs. All right, so that's what we're doing here. We are folding this piece to look like this, and this is going to create the pop mechanism for inside our card, okay? So, well, again, from this end, come up the 1.5 inch mark all the way to the center. All right, again, we're gonna valley fold that, and then I'm out of camera. Am I still out of camera? All right, I think that part, but you don't need to see that part. This is what you need to see right here. Okay, so again, making the little house, this is the roof, and then the 2 legs. That's what we're folding here. All right, so right up to the center point. Again, draw your left side of your triangle to the center, and then the right side of the triangle to the center, okay? So again, the 1.5 inch to the center is gonna be a valley, and the sides of the triangle are each going to be mountain. Okay, so if you want, all right, since we've already got our, get your folds started. All right, now turn this horizontally in front of you. All right, so take this in your hands, take your pointer fingers and poke those valley folds down, and you can see how the roof, the peak of your roof is starting to take shape, is starting to pop up. All right, so as you gently bring that in, one of our team members yesterday, so here's the flat right in front of you. Again, poke down those valley folds and gently bring the top left and the bottom right, bring those together. All right, bring those corners together. As you fold this, it's almost like little praying hands, kind of bringing it together, right? Like bringing your hands together. There we go, just like that, okay? So here, and then once you've got your house, your roof line, your point is at the top, and it's the same, it's the same on each side, okay? You have your top roof line and your 2 legs. So the only parts that are folded is up the 1.5 and then the sides of the triangle. You are not folding, all right? You're not touching these middle triangles, okay? Make sure you keep this good solid triangle, okay? Almost like an hourglass, okay? So you wanna make sure these stay solid. Don't do any folding in there, okay? These parts need to stay as straight triangles. So then when you bring it together, the straight triangle is here on the top. That creates your roof, okay? It's the same on both sides. All right, so then bring your legs together, the base of your house, okay? And then go ahead and use your bone folder to burnish those folds. All right, and so when it comes together, you have this nice little house, meets in the middle, okay? Just like that. So same on both sides, okay? What you're going to do, what you're going to do next, and you can use whatever type of adhesive you prefer, okay? If you want liquid glue, if you want Stampin' Seal or Seal Plus, I'm going to use tear and tape so that I can give you a visual here. Okay, so I actually had already done that on my sample here. All right, but on one of these sides, your rooftop here, you are going to place your adhesive, and you're only doing this on one side, okay? You're not doing it on both. You just want one side, Okay, so we're going to put the little adhesive on our roof. Okay, however you want to put that on there. You can do little lines, you can do a little triangle. It's up to you, okay? You just want adhesive on that one part. Okay, so the one side is solid, okay, is blank. And then on this side, you've got adhesive, all right? So if you were to open it up like this, all right, then when you fold it, there you go. You've got the adhesive right here, okay? So what we're gonna do is take the house, take your roof, all right? You're going to remove your adhesive. You are going to open up your card, all right? Remove your adhesive, and you are going to place the rooftop, the point, right in the center of your card, butted right up against your fold, okay? So you don't want it to go over the fold. You want it right at your fold line, okay? So when you've got it adhered, okay, it goes right in your card, right in the middle, just like this. Okay, this one's already tacked down, so it's stuck right like that. So when you open it, okay, it should do that on the inside of your card. So it's only tacked down by that one triangle, okay? All right, if you've got to that point where your little house is inside your card, now open it back up and flatten it out, okay? Okay, and what we are going to do is add, and I do recommend tear and tape for this because this card is so interactive, because you are constantly opening and closing it to get that fun pop and twist. The tear and tape adds an extra secure hold. All right, you want to make sure your card stays together. You don't want it to fall apart. All right, so you're going to take your tear and tape, and on the bottom left panel, all right, in this little rectangle section, you are going to add, and it doesn't matter if you go horizontal like I did, or if you want to go vertical. All right, however you apply your adhesive is fine, but you are only putting it on half of this lower left rectangle, okay? See that tape does not go all the way across to the score line. It only goes on half of that little rectangle. That's important, okay? You're going to do the same thing up here on the top right. All right, so you can see your rectangle, the top right rectangle panel. And again, you're only applying some tear and tape. Oh, I got lipstick on my hand. Applying tear and tape to half, right, to half of that rectangle. So when it is laid out in front of you, your triangle is secured here in your card. You got adhesive on the bottom left and adhesive here on the top right. Okay? All right, hold that aside. Now we're going to create the panel across the middle, okay? So for that, you need a piece of cardstock, a third piece, all right? So this card essentially has three elements. It has your card base, has your pop and twist element, and then it has your panels, your pop-up panels. Okay, so those are three pieces that you need. So you've got 4 1/4 by 11, and you've got 3 by 8, and you will need an extra piece. You won't get it all out of one. If you had a 12 by 12 piece of cardstock, you could get it all out of one sheet. But if you're working with 8 1/2 by 11, you will need a second sheet of cardstock, okay? And then this one is 3 by 10, okay? So on this piece that is 3 by 10, all right, 3 inches by 10, on the 10-inch side, we are going to score it 3 times. All right, we are going to come in and score it first at 2.5. And then we're going to slide it over and score it at 5. And then open up your trimmer arm and slide it over to 7.5. So each of these panels is 2.5 by 3. Okay, they're each 2.5 sections, 2.5 by 3. That's all you need to do with this. Okay, let's go ahead and decorate this panel. All right, because we actually don't need to apply any adhesive to this. We're going to decorate this one. So I have cut, because these are 2.5 by 3, I made my decorative panels 2.25 by 2.75. So I've cut 2 of the garden pattern here of the Storybook Moments Designer Series paper. So again, these are 2.25, 2.25 by 2.75. And you can arrange these any way you like, but I like putting these on the outside. Okay, and then I've got some basic white. Now these you could use, you could write your message. I'm going to fussy cut a couple cute little critters to put in here. Again, these are 2.25 by 2.75. All right, and if you have any questions about that pop and twist segment here, please let me know. All right, I will do my best to answer your questions. Okay, so here we go. We've got our 4 panels. All right, so on the first card, I had a couple little of the die cuts from the paper pack. So I just popped those out and stuck them on with dimensionals. Okay, for this card, I didn't have those, and I wanted a couple little squirrels to match my squirrel on the front of the card. So I just cut a couple. There's a whole sheet of squirrels here in this 12 by 12, and you've got the cutest little scenery with all these fun little squirrels. So a couple of them you can actually use the die cuts. All right, this little one and the one with the basket will die cut directly from the paper. But for these other patterns, I will need just a little bit of fussy cutting. So I'm going to gently go around these, not super close, but hey, Luann. All right, good. You're listening from the kitchen. Yes, this is definitely a video tutorial that you are going to want to make sure you save this one. All right, so be sure to like it and then add it to your favorites or your saves, or if you've got a fun fold playlist. All right, make sure you do that because you're gonna wanna go back and watch this tutorial a couple of times. All right, once you've got it to work, then then it makes sense. All right, but it's that getting that folded element can be just a little bit tricky. Okay, so isn't that the cutest little squirrel with the berries? I think this is a squirrel, but I had a book. One of my favorite childhood books was, I think it was called The Big Red Strawberry, with emphasis on that. And it was about a little mouse. And the mouse had found this big red strawberry, and it was trying to protect it, save it all to itself, so that, I don't know, I think there was a bear and maybe some other predators that also liked strawberries, that it was contending with, but I'm gonna have to dig that book back out. I think it's up at my parents' house. But I love that book, The Big Red Strawberry. And that's what that's what these images remind me of. All right, so cutting out this little one. This little guy's got some plants in his bicycle basket here. Hi, Polly. Oh, I hope you're feeling better. I know a lot of people came home with colds or the flu or various ailments after attending Stampin' Up's on stage, but I got to meet Polly. That was so nice. Share a hug. That was awesome. All right, so I've got my cute little squirrels here, and however you want to arrange them. I think, yes, I've got a couple of dimensionals left, so I'm just gonna do one on each here. And actually, I think I want, so I'm gonna switch them. I'm gonna put the bicycle squirrel over here on the left because he sees Miss Squirrel coming with this big red strawberry. And he's like, ooh, what does she have? All right, there's our story. Every card has a story. All right, so, okay, we've got this 4-panel. Now we're gonna do a little scoring, or we've already done our scoring. We're gonna do a little folding, okay? So you're going to do on this first score, a valley fold, okay? On the middle score, your mountain fold. And then on the third score, valley fold again. So you're making a W, okay? So it looks like this. All right, the reason you want it to pop up in the middle, okay? So when it comes to assembling our card here, this pop-up piece, this is 3 by 8. This piece is 3 by 10. So this piece is longer. That's why we scored it, okay? So we are going to take our adhesive. All right, find my, take your pick tool, this always, and then swap it out to the spatula end. This works so much easier for your tear and tape. All right, so we're going to remove the tape here from the lower left. Okay. And you are going to take the left panel, okay, and you are going to square that up, line it right up, corner to corner, point to point on that adhesive, okay, and then pinch it really, so it's not attached at the top, okay, it is only attached at that half section at the bottom left, okay, so you can even take your bone folder, all right, just burnish it well, make that adhesive transfer, okay. So again, you're adhered right at the triangle, that point in the middle, all right, the lower left, and then you're gonna pop this, slide it over, and do the same thing over here on the right. Remove your tear and tape. Okay. All right, and then take the top right corner, line it up, point to point with that corner. Okay, make sure you got it all matchy-matchy there. Okay, line it up, point to point, give it a good pinch. Okay, use your bone folder, just transfer that adhesive. All right, make sure it's good and stuck. All right, so now when your card is open, that's what this looks like on the inside, okay? And give it a test, all right? See what happens when you gently fold. Come on here, there we go. You might need to help it to start with, there we go. All right, just help it a little bit, there we go. So when it's all folded up in your card, it looks like that. Okay. But this is what it looks like when it unfolds. How cool is that? Okay, so if you've got that all worked out and it's all good and it's all in place and it folds up nicely, then go ahead on the top of your roof. Okay, then add some more adhesive up here. All right, and this will help it so that when you actually, this is going to attach to the front panel of your card. All right, so that when you open it, it automatically lifts it to do the pop and twist, okay? So, adhesive there at the top of your roof. Isn't this cute, cat? I know it's a little bit more involved than some cards, but they are super addicting once you get started, once you learn how to do it, okay? Then make one as a template for yourself because you can do all kinds of things. When I had first made this card, I had tried this technique years ago, and then you just close this right down. So adhesive just on your roof. All right, close the front, the top. All right, in this case, it would be this. Close your top down over it. All right, again. And if if your front's decorated, you can just gently burnish. You don't want to rub the front of your card off, but just gently press that into place, okay? So that when you open it, now it's got that mechanism. And again, it gets, once you get the score lines nice and smooth, it will, it will pop and twist smoothly for you. Like, like my original, all I have to do is just close and it does it, okay? So it just, but that one's been handled a lot more, okay? But when I first did this card, I had used, oh, what did I do? I had done, oh, you know why this is having a little bit of trouble? It works, but I just realized what I did. I had you guys line up corner to corner, and actually you just lay it directly on front. So that's why, like if you look at the back, when you look at the back, I had you guys do corner to corner. I should have just had you laying it straight out, in which case the adhesive, your 3-panel. Either way, it still works, okay? But yes, if you had extended out, it might be a little bit smoother. I noticed this is kind of catching just a little bit on this one. Okay, so as long as you take your panel here, all right, when you've got this out, take your panel, remove your adhesive, and then line up your center, that peak, the mountain fold. All right, make sure that lines up directly over your middle. All right, so when it's open, it'll look like that. All right, and then it adheres to the back. Okay, I hope I didn't just confuse you. All right, so give it a try, okay? Work at it a little bit, and again, the more you open and close it, the smoother it will get. All right, now, what I did is I took from that mixed labels, I took the larger die. We used the small one on the front of our card. This one coordinates, it's the larger one. And I wanted to have a little note, just something here inside the card when you open it. So again, I'm using that Mossy Meadow ink. And because I used Hello Friend from the Storybook Friends, you could go ahead, you could do like thank you very much on here, that would fit. I'm going to use from the mixed label, I love this sentiment, just a note to let you know you're on my mind. Okay, yes, Luann gives a tip that if you if you did this and you want to adjust it, all right, without totally peeling it off, all right, don't ruin your card. She mentions you could use your heat tool to soften the adhesive a little bit. Actually, I'm going to show you gently. I'm going to gently disassemble very carefully. You can also use a little bit of dental floss to help you pry layers apart, and gently work that in between the layers, okay? So let me just show you that one more time. The adhesive, all right, our tear and tape, again, was on the bottom left half of the rectangle, okay? So bottom left half, and the top right half. Again, you only want half. So find the end of my tear and tape here. Okay. All right, so when it came to adhere this, here we've got our panel. Okay, so what I had done, all right, we started with the bottom left, and we removed the backing from our tear and tape. Okay, so I originally told you to match up corner to corner. Okay, what we actually want to do, remove the tape from the top right as well. Then take your mountain fold, take your center fold. All right, find the center point. Lay this directly over top, all right, because this is 3 inches, this is 3 inches. So lay this over, find the center here, and then press down. So find the center. There we go, we're centered. And when you do that, lay that out flat. Okay, so rather than go point to point, you can see that our 10-inch piece extends out over a little bit. So that's what, so just take your, oh, I don't even have my own adhesive kit. All right, in my adhesive kits, I have a little adhesive remover and adhesive eraser. And if you've got a lot of adhesive, you can rub that eraser right here. Thankfully, tear and tape actually comes off pretty well. It's super strong hold, but it's easy to remove. Okay, so this is the back side. All right, and then this is the inside here. All right, now when we, come on here. All right, now when we go, there we go. All right, and then, again, like I said, smooth it all out, okay? Be careful not to wreck the front of your card. There we go. Whew, look how smooth that is. Isn't that fun? Okay, so there we go. We fixed that. Now we are ready for a decorative panel on the inside, and I am using the Mixed Labels Sentiment, just a note to let you know you're on my mind. Okay, so we'll take this with our Mossy Meadow ink. There we go. Okay, and I'm not using dimensionals on this. I'm going to do this one flat because this is going here on the inside of my card. And it's already a little bit bulky here with all the pop and twist elements. Okay, so just go ahead and adhere that in the top center. Okay, and then if you want to add some more of those cute little antique pearls, all right, go ahead and pop those around in your card somewhere. There you go. Okay. And decorate them however you like. So once you've got that all together, then when you fold it, you have the cutest little card. So you took what started out as an ordinary card and you have converted it, stepped it up to a pop and twist card. All right, I hope you enjoyed this project tutorial. Give it a try. I was in the middle of telling my story when I had first seen this technique. We had some hot air balloon stamps, and so I had done a pop and twist. When you open it, then the hot air balloons float across. And my team member, Diana Buckingham, she's got an amazing card. She used the stamp set. My family refers to it, we call it the Dancing Girls. Do any of you remember that? It's a retired stamp set, but it had the images of 3 women in dresses in different stances. And so when you open it up, she's got her card with the ladies dancing across the center. So really, you can use any stamps, paper, any theme for this. It'd be super cute. When I saw the Storybook Moments, I immediately thought of this type of card, how cute it would be to have the little pop-up animals across the center as a great way to show them off. So I hope you enjoy this. I hope that I made it. Give me a like and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. As well as you can feel free to share it. Share it to your Pinterest page. All right, so that you've got it to refer to again and again. Any questions at all or thoughts? I enjoy reading your comments, and I hope you find it helpful. Again, I will put it in the link in the video description, links to my Storybook Moments class, as well as the tutorials. Okay, so if you're interested in either of those, and the project tutorial, the actual written instructions for this are included. My Creative Cardiology team members received this project tutorial, the instructions for free. Cardiology team member. So if you're interested in that, we'd love to have you join us as a demonstrator as well. All right, so again, there we have it, taking an ordinary card and stepping it up to make it a pop and twist fun fold technique card. Thank you all so much. Happy stamping. Have a great weekend, and I look forward to seeing you soon. All right, take care, everybody. Bye-bye.